Notice all the talk about alien civilizations lately? First we have Jill Tarter coming out from the SETI Institute and talking about what an important discovery it would be if man were to realize that we were not alone. There was a movie, Contact, and that movie was based on this scientist's life. Yes, and Stephen Hawking said that it wouldn't be such a good idea if an advanced civilization were to come to Earth because we might be their food. And then, of course, CNN had a question: what do you think about discovering aliens? Would you be in favor of it? Did you think that it wouldn't be a good idea? And, of course, you could answer yes or no. I think that it's interesting because the most important discovery that we could, as a civilization, discover is that we're not alone. That there are other civilizations out there that are much more advanced than what we are and can visit us. To come here with the technology that they would have, it would be incredible because of the distances that they'd have to travel. And that we would realize that the technology that we only imagine actually does exist. We just haven't discovered it yet. There's a laboratory in California, the Lawrence Livermore Laboratory, that's going to create a fusion reaction experiment later in June to create a star here on this planet. They've been working on this for some time, and fusion reaction has been talked about for 50 years. We have impulse ion pulse rockets now that can travel at over 100,000 miles an hour in outer space with new engine designs. And these things are just in the beginning phases of discovery. If we were to know that another civilization existed that had the technology to travel from a distant star light years from us in a short period of time, it would be incredible because we would know that we could then also discover that technology and would give us all something to reach toward and to work toward. Maybe the petty differences would go away and the borders between countries and our languages would kind of meld together, and we would start working as one people, for the benefit of all of us, because of not a threat as Stephen Hawking thinks. There may be, but that we would be able to go out into space and to travel, and these things that we feel we're limited by now, we wouldn't be so much. The distances between the worlds, we would no longer be limited by. I think that when you look at different authors that have written about science fiction and the worlds that we might encounter and the things that we might discover, Arthur C. Clarke comes to mind. His third law. He says that if we were faced with such an advanced technology as an alien civilization that could travel here from their world, light years from us, that it would be indistinguishable from magic. And I agree. I think that it would be magical. Now I know, unlike Jill Tarter, that aliens do exist. There is another civilization out there. I don't know, there may be more. On the way back from Maine, I saw an alien spacecraft. Now I've seen 3 in my lifetime. This one was up close, and it was very elegant in its design. And it moved so quickly, like nothing I've ever seen. And it's nothing from this Earth, any special black ops project, because if it were, it would be something. But the technology that we would need to discover to get to where this civilization that could visit us apparently already has, and has visited us, is such a leap for all of us. I mean, we're talking 1,000 years of evolution into the future. I think it would be an incredible journey, and I think that our country should invest in these types of experiments and research and projects like SETI and other projects. If you're going to discover another civilization, I don't believe that they still would be using radio and television to communicate, especially when they had to communicate over such large distances. The speed of light would limit their communication ability between their home planet. It would have to be something like Star Trek, subspace frequency. So maybe we should be looking in a different area besides just the standard television and radio. But I think that, when you look at all of what is possible, like Jill Tarter, the movie Contact was based on her life and her search for these civilizations out there. Don't you ever look up and wonder? Well, I used to look up and wonder, and now I look up and wonder where their planet is. Where in this universe is their planet?